So it's been quite the ride for Nvidia stock, not just today, but obviously the last couple of weeks. And I want to break down what I'm doing with the stock. We'll go over what I did today, my plans moving forward. Of course, we'll break down the charts as well and go over how tariffs are going to affect Nvidia. But first, hit the like button. Do not forget to subscribe, guys. We're on the road to 100,000 subs. And feel free to take a sip of your coffee or whatever you guys are drinking at this time of the day. And with that being said, let's dive into it. So it's about 2 p.m. on the East Coast when I'm making this video, and Nvidia is up. Yes, you heard that right. 5.5% in the green, and every index, I must be dreaming right now, except for the Dow, every index is in the green. Think about that, guys. And the Dow's not too bad in the red either. It's not like it's down 3% or something. I guess it was in the futures market, but now the Dow, wow, it's about to go green. Actually now, literally, it's at break even right now, about to go green. The S&P's up 0.8%, QQQ's up 1.6, and we have the Russell up around 0.5%. Quite the change up here, considering the futures market last night was a bloodbath. And obviously last week was one of the worst weeks we've had in the stock market in recent time, right? Not of all time, but in recent memory. And look, Nvidia this morning was at $83 per share. Now we're at $99 per share. So quite the difference there. We're up around 20% from the lows, which is nuts. And you guys can see we got fake news, Trump called it, but we got news that tariffs might get paused for 90 days, which Trump's saying is fake news, which it probably is, right? I mean, definitely is. I doubt he's going to do that. We'll see, though. But with that news we got, that sparked a huge rally in the stock market, and Nvidia, it actually got over $101 per share at that time a couple hours ago, and now since then we've sold off a little bit, but still we're at $98, up around 4.85%. Looking pretty decent here. By no means are we breaking out or anything like that. Obviously, we're still in a downtrend, but we were due for a relief rally, not just in Nvidia stock, but the entire stock market, right? We can see at this point, Nvidia got just way oversold on the 30-minute time frame. We got down to $83 for Pete's sake this morning. You guys see that, right? And now with this rally, we're right under the 180 moving average on this 30-minute chart, which is a big level of resistance. You guys see right here. Do you notice that's where we've gotten hit over the last 2 weeks of trading? Yeah, that's a big spot right now, and I'm not convinced at all that we're just going to break out of here right now and it's all sunshine and rainbows, right? Because we're still in the midst of a trade war, obviously. China, I think actually Trump said China has 24 hours to drop their retaliatory tariffs of 34%, or he's going to put more tariffs on them or something of that nature. There's just so much uncertainty and a lot still going on. We can't get excited about this rally. We can't. It's just simply a relief rally in the stock market, and especially here in Nvidia stock, which could open up more buying opportunities now in the future. So you guys know I've been buying Nvidia, nibbling it on the way down here in the low hundreds. But Friday, I went in with a bigger buy for the first time, probably the whole time I've been buying this thing. I went in for a bigger buy on Friday at $93 a share. And today I bought more at $92 per share, roughly, with a bigger buy. And I wish I timed it better and got in under 90, but to me, guys, with where Nvidia is going in the future, whether I buy at $88, $90, $92, it's not going to make the biggest difference. As long as I'm picking up shares under $100, I'm a happy guy. So I bought more Nvidia today, and now we're about to potentially break out based on the charts. which I doubt we're going to do that. So I'm going to wait to buy more Nvidia if we get rejected here at these moving averages on the 1 hour and the 30-minute time frames, which I think we will. Time will tell. But if we dump off again, maybe tomorrow, later this week, towards $90 again, maybe under $90, that's where I'm looking to buy even more Nvidia. And I showed you on my, actually, I don't know if you guys saw it here, but I made a video on TikTok. I post the same videos I post on TikTok here on YouTube, but they get like 95% less views here on YouTube, so I'm not sure if you guys saw it. It's crazy. All my videos on TikTok nowadays get like 100K, 200K views, 300K, 50K. It's nuts. But that doesn't translate to YouTube, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I covered in that video how I'm looking to sell cash secured puts at $80, $85 of a strike price for Nvidia. I didn't do it yet, but I'm considering that. We'll see how that goes, later today, tomorrow. I'll keep you guys updated. And, of course, I post all my moves on my Patreon, which is linked down below. Make sure you guys get in there if you want to see what I'm doing during the stock market crash. But, yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. Nvidia's running. I'm not buying this relief rally. I guess technically I did buy this morning, but I'm not thinking this breakout is going to occur here. We're still in a downtrend, so more buying could be coming ahead, at least for me. And a lot of people are like, Stas, how are tariffs going to affect, not infect, or maybe I guess infect, depending on how you're looking at it. But how are tariffs going to impact Nvidia? Well, let's read this article, take a look at it very quickly. It's titled, or the headline says, "Are Nvidia's AI data center products subject to tariffs?" Well, let's come down here a little bit and read what is going on. So Nvidia's AI server products are likely exempt from the latest round of U.S. tariffs under the U.S.-Mexico-Canada Agreement, the USMCA, a potential relief amid broader investor concern over trade policy disruptions. That's good news right there, guys. According to Bernstein. And among the many questions we fielded last week, according to Bernstein analysts here, we can see one of the most frequent involved whether or not Nvidia's AI data center products would be subject to tariffs. And while semiconductors have largely been exempt from reciprocal tariffs, Nvidia's AI systems are primarily hardware and thus could be affected unless they originate from compliant trade zones. Keep that in mind. And based on important classification codes and trade data, the majority of Nvidia's US AI server shipments likely come from Mexico, with data showing roughly 60% of imports in key server categories arriving from Mexico in 2024 and another 34% from Taiwan. So keep that in mind. Using Nvidia's own product classification and U.S. harmonized tariff schedule codes, specifically these right here, I'm not going to read them out, but these codes right here, the analysts mapped Nvidia's AI server components like DGX and HGX form factors. And our read of the USMCA text suggests these product categories are in fact compliant with the agreement, which is good news according to the note, pointing to several HTS sections listed as covered by the trade pact. Okay. That would make Nvidia's AI data center exports to U.S. hyperscalers from Mexico eligible for tariff exemptions under last week's announcement. That is very big news, guys. And servers imported into Mexico from elsewhere appear to garner similar treatment as well, according to Bernstein. And even with that, obviously, Nvidia stock is down, blah, 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 blah. Bernstein noted that the company stock is now trading at around 20 times forward earnings, its lowest level in nearly a decade, despite continued belief in long-term AI growth, which I've been saying this. The forward PE is a 20, man. This is unbelievable. It's a great, great deal, and why I keep on buying this stock, right? We do believe the AI narrative is still real, and once things do settle down, hopefully soon, the stock at these levels is probably worth a look. The analyst wrote as it rates Nvidia an outperform. I agree. I'm 100%. But always, guys, make sure to do your own research when you're doing, single stock investments. It's very risky. Even if you're, positive, well, you can never be positive. Even if you're so confident the stock is going to do well, it might not. For all we know, it might not. I'm confident Nvidia is going to be a $200 plus stock one day, but am I positive of that? No, I'm not. I wish I could be like, oh, yeah, guys, I have all the answers. I know for sure what's going to happen. But I don't. That's not the reality. And you have to make educated, reasonable guesses or investments, right, when you're in the stock market. And this is one of mine, you know what I mean, amongst others. So that's pretty much it for the video. It's a relief rally we're seeing in Nvidia stock right now. Don't get too excited. Traders out there, don't think, oh, we're just breaking out now. We're probably not. That's not the case. I think more buying opportunities could be ahead, and we might start seeing investors, traders, especially traders, start positioning themselves into put options here to maybe play the dump off, which we're not getting the confirmation yet on the charts. But in this market, man, we wake up in the morning and all of a sudden the futures are down 3-4% each. It's like things happen overnight in this market, and we see drastic swings overnight. So it's not too far-fetched to say, oh, Nvidia might dump down to $92 tomorrow morning, or maybe later today for all we know. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button. Do not forget to subscribe, follow along for more content, and join the free email list where I send out my top stocks weekly. That is linked down below. Make sure you guys get in there. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you in the next video.